Hi everyone. Good afternoon and welcome. This is CAT 2025. We are doing top 25 RCs, session number 22. My name is Abhilasha. And if you can see me and hear me, can you give me a quick shout out? I will check if I am audible and visible. Okay. Also remember to hit like, share and subscribe. Like and share, of course, because that sort of raises us into the algorithm, and then the algorithm picks us up and then shows more people the session. And subscribe because, of course, you want to participate in the chat and therefore you need to do that. So remember to hit like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notifications also. All right, let's get started. CAT is just around the corner, another 30 days, and today's 31st, right? So 29 days or 30 days because 30th will be CAT. So last 30 days for you, anyone who's preparing, you know that this is just the right time to take your preparation up that notch and just focus on it. All you need to do is, of course, follow the daily dose, make sure that you're doing all your practice, do all your mocks, open up your error notebook and go through it, session by session by session. So anything that you've missed out on, you are able to smooth over the rough edges. That's very, very important. Do not try and learn new things because this is not the time to be learning new things. This is just the right time to be making sure that you are working on your positives. So forget whatever you don't know, work on the things that you do know, and that's going to be the key for cracking CAT. I hope you've already filled up all the other college forms and all of those so that you're not in a situation of stress. I hope you're also writing ZAT and MAT and SNAP, everyone. Do make sure you're writing the other exams also. My CAT also, if you're planning to do advertising, marketing, communication, and so on. All right, let's get started. Here's our passage. Let's do this. Today's passage is on humanities. So here we go. Oh, by the way, just remember our new Muscled Up app is already available. So for career launcher, you must maximize every minute of your CAT prep. So while you're sitting in your bedroom, or maybe you're in a bus or in the metro and you want to maximize your preparation, do remember to use the CL app every single day. You can download it from Play Store or from App Store. If you wish to do it, you have the QR codes right here. You can just scan the QR codes and download the Career Launcher app. For any inquiries, of course, you can connect to number 8130038836. All right, let's get started. Here's your passage. It's a very beautiful passage, so we will take a moment, read it, and then I will take you through this, okay? So it is 1995 article published in Harper's Magazine. The sociologist E. Digby Baltzell explained the Bell Telephone Company leaders' concern that initiated the Bell Telephone experiment. So there is a problem, and that problem concerned Bell Telephone Company and the leaders concerned, and that sort of started this Bell Telephone experiment. Bell, then one of the largest industrial concerns in the country, needed more employees capable of guiding the company rather than simply following instructions or responding to obvious crises. So they wanted leaders in the company, who would guide the company. In 1952, W.D. Gillen, president of the Bell Telephone Company of Pennsylvania and a trustee of the University of Pennsylvania, met with the representatives of the University of Pennsylvania to develop a leadership program that would be different from the typical executive leadership training programs that were common for companies at that time. So he wanted to do something different, make a plan where they would, be able to train some leaders. These American business leaders in the 1950s believed that a firm grounding in the humanities would mitigate means to reduce the trained incapacity of the narrow experts who had been recruited from business and engineering. So they said, okay, we must train people in the humanities so that they're well-rounded in other areas also. When asked what makes a good leader or what they're looking for in future employees, today's employers still list traits that are strongly associated with the humanities education. Analytical thinking, the ability to listen and consider different perspectives, ethical decision making, and the development of good judgment. So these are the things that somebody with a humanities education has, and this is what future leaders, are expected to have. Yet, and here is the kicker, remember, but yet, however, always the kicker. Despite this desire voiced by prospective employers, we do not see an increase in humanities majors, nor do we see an increase in the support for a humanities education. So there is a problem. People are not a lot of people are doing humanities, and humanities education is not also being supported as much as it should be. In fact, we see the opposite. A recent survey from the American Academy of Arts and Sciences shows a steady decline in humanities major over past 20 years. Responding to this decline, colleges and universities are shuttering humanities department, including philosophy, religious studies, and many languages. Moreover, additionally, say that there's another point. Core course curricula, which could provide supplementary humanities education within a 4-year college degree, often require more credit hours in STEM courses than in humanities. So what is happening is, if you require more credit in STEM, the students will study the STEM courses more than they would study the humanities. Now, in contrast to the intentional humanities education provided in the Bell Telephone experiment in 1950s, what we currently see across disciplines such as business and engineering, which attract large number of majors, is an attempt to incorporate what humanities do, for example, to promote critical thinking into the respective program requirements and course offering, without considering that those skills should be developed within the larger context of a robust humanities education. So a humanities education would be better, but it's not happening. Thus, when we study the downturn in humanities majors and the decreased emphasis in the humanities in a university core curriculum, when we hear negative statements about humanities, we must remember that the skills that a humanities education cultivates are in fact highly valued. So therefore, what the author is essentially trying to say is that a humanities education is much more valuable than you think it is. Decoupling means disattaching, removing these skills from the humanities disciplines that foster them has over time submerged this important connection. Having stripped the humanities of what they uniquely provide, these other disciplines leave the humanities to be associated with only the negative mythologies. They're either useless and or dangerous, which are perpetuated not only by the public but also by the academy. In what follows, I demonstrate that the humanities are positively appropriated in myriad ways without acknowledgement. I then examine what this repressed connection between the desired traits for future employees and an education in humanities mean, not only for the development of leaders, but also for realizing the significant role that humanities play across the professions, in our universities, and in the lives we lead as responsible citizens. So if you look at this passage, essentially the author is trying to say that a humanities education is absolutely important. The skills that are being learned within a humanities education cannot be learned elsewhere. All right, let's take a look at our questions. Question number 1, the Bell Telephone experiment is portrayed as significantly cheap. So it is an important experiment. Why? Because it eliminated the technical inefficiencies common in industrial training. It linked ethical reflection with the practice of corporate leadership. It replaced business education with the study of liberal philosophy. It rejected narrow specialization in favor of managerial discipline. So why is this important? Okay. So of course, what did this do? Let's go back to the passage. Take a moment. So he wanted to develop a leadership program that would be different, right? So you're not looking at a regular leadership program, and you wanted to give people a firm grounding in humanities so that you would have analytical thinking, listening, consideration, ethical decision making, and good judgment. So clearly, Eliminated the technical inefficiencies would not work. Linked ethical reflection with the practice of corporate leadership could work. Replaced business education with the study of liberal philosophy? No, it didn't. Rejected narrow specialization in favor of managerial discipline? No. So the best answer here will be option number 2. And that's going to be your correct answer. Employers prize empathy and reasoning, yet humanities keep declining. Which explanation best resolve this paradox? So there is a paradox, and what is the explanation that is best resolving this paradox? That people want empathy, people want reasoning, but people are not studying humanities. Employers believe digital courses can teach humanistic reflection effectively. So if they can, then this paradox is not getting resolved. Universities assume such skills can emerge outside the humanities context, but it is the students and the employers who are part of the game here. So therefore, A2 will be irrelevant. Students seek the higher salaries linked with technical professions today. No, we're not talking of the salary. Okay. Governments prioritize measurable outputs that sideline humanistic inquiry, sorry, not injury, my bad. So because the government is prioritizing measurable outputs, so humanistic inquiry is going to the side, and therefore people are not studying humanities. So therefore the correct answer will be option number 4. All right, let's take a look at question number 3, guys. Which assumption most underlies the author's argument about leadership education? Technical competence alone can never yield sound ethical judgment. Exposure to humanities automatically creates responsible citizenship. No, it doesn't automatically create, but still. Humanistic study provides a unique context for developing judgment. Yes, makes so much sense. Leadership training should exclude practical manager. That's something that makes no sense at all. If you exclude all practical managerial instruction, how is somebody going to learn? So therefore, the best answer here should be option number 3. Now let us look at the 4th question. What central contention does the passage advance about humanities education? Its marginalization weakens both universities and democratic citizenship. It remains useful only when paired with corporate or technical learning, but we don't know this. It survives today mainly through business school adaptation modules. No, we don't really. Nowhere in the passage does the author say that. Its decline results solely from students changing financial priorities. No, not solely from that. So the best answer here would be option number 1, that the marginalization of humanities education will weaken both universities and democratic citizenship. So therefore, your correct answer here will be option number 1. All right, guys, very quick announcement. So CAT 2025 sprint online classes are already on. 15,000 rupees plus GST, affordable prep, unmatched quality, pace up your CAT 25 preparation. Remember, you can enroll even now. All right, if you have any questions, you can ask me, or else if you have any inquiries, you can connect on 8130-038-836. All right, guys, that brings me to the end of this session. I will see you again, same time, same place. Remember, we will be doing more sessions. This time we are going to be doing, because it's the last lab to CAT, so we shall be doing some VA, we shall be doing some practice of RC. So I will see you Mondays. Remember, Monday and Friday, we are meeting at 1 p.m. Okay, please make sure you're coming in. This is for CAT. If you're also looking for NMAT prep, then we are doing NMAT. No, we are already through with the NMAT prep. We shall be doing some SNAP prep this month. And again, that will be Mondays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. So the month of November, let's meet Monday, Friday, 1 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. and let's do a lot of work. Thank you so much, everybody. Remember to hit like, share, and subscribe. Do remember also to hit the bell icon. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. I will see you 8:30 today.